Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Gemini. So, Gemini, as usual, I'm doing your reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. So, we have a very intriguing message here today, not just because we have a bunch of cards. The three last cards just flew together out of the deck as if it's like they came in all together, all bundled up, and it seems like there is like this hand of God, or like this hand of fate that is accelerating things at the end. Because right at the beginning, Gemini, it seems like certainty strikes. So I'm going to say that again because we have the Ace of Swords. What I heard with the Ace of Swords was the word certainty. But the way that I envisioned this Ace of Swords was if like this arrow was flying through the sky. And it's interesting because I heard as in like there is certainty for you that is striking in for you, right? So it's coming in like this lightning bolt. And soon after with the Sun card, it's like this is the message that is connecting actually to the solar eclipse that is happening tomorrow. So we have the sun, right? And tomorrow, because of the eclipse, we're going to have this ring of fire because it's going to be the annular solar eclipse. So the moon is going to be in front of the sun, creating this ring of fire. And that's exactly what I'm seeing here for you, Gemini. It seems like you have this this lightning strike certainty coming to you, coming to your mind, because this is the realm of the mind, which is your realm, right? It's like you rule the mind. You are in this it's like in the intellectual realm where you dominate, where you know very clearly when you are. It's interesting how it's coming through. It's like when you are in balance or when you are off balance, because the sun is following. It's like you know when you are certain of something, you know when you are sure of something. This is bringing like this certainty, because what I heard with the sun was ring of fire. So certainty is striking through the ring of fire or in the ring of fire, because it's almost like, because the eclipse is going to create this temporary shadow, right? So the sun is not, it's going to be blocked, but part of it is going to be seen or perceived as like this ring shape, right? So it's like the outer edges, so all of the borders are going to be illuminated, but the center will not. The center will be like the void through which clarity comes, through which certainty comes to you, right? Because of this temporary darkness in the center, in the middle. So the ring of fire is actually opening up a portal, right? Eclipses are portals, we know that, but it seems like for you, it's kind of like bringing some sort of insight or download, for instance, that has to do with practical aspects. And with the 10 of Pentacles coming next, what I heard actually, Gemini, for this card, because of this ring of fire and this certainty striking through the ring of fire, is like the debris is going to be very abundant, and it's going to be abundantly clear that this is something favorable, that this is something constructive. So because it's almost like I'm seeing something like this arrow, right, being just flying in the air, coming through this ring of fire and creating kind of like an explosion, at least in your mind, right? It's like this mind-blowing moment in you. It's like in your perception, in your consciousness, that talks about how you perceive money, how you perceive abundance, how you perceive success, how you perceive achievement, how you perceive your own career, your own livelihood. But it's almost like it goes into pieces in a sense. It's almost like you can see the debris, right? But it's not like something is falling apart. Although, don't be scared, the Tower is here. But because we do have these two beautiful cards coming first, again, the debris is constructive, is something that is going to help you rebuild your tower somewhere else. So it's almost like something is falling apart. Perhaps, you know, you have decided to quit your job, or you have received some sort of news that made clear for you that the way that you want to live your life is more spontaneous, is more, it's like it's freer, it's happier. It's like you don't want to be tied to something else or someone else. So it's almost like you can pick up everything that you have built, right? It's like this type of clarity and certainty, most of all. It's actually helping you to know for sure that this destruction, let's say, or this phase of reconstruction, it's actually going to be very enriching for you. It's like, because the way that I'm seeing the tower coming after the 10 of Pentacles, it's like you have exactly the right amount or the right resources, the right location, the right, it's coming through more as like practical things, right? So stuff that you need to deal with in a practical sense so that you can rebuild this tower somewhere else. The reason why I'm saying this tower is going to be built somewhere else, because this is coming through as like the pieces needed to be put together in a certain way, in a certain order, so that this can be a structure, a solid structure. And it's reminding me of a reading that I did, maybe the last reading for Aquarius or Pisces or Aries, one of those last readings that was talking about the ability of that sign to envision this rebuilding process. And it seems like it's, you know, some sort of collective theme, that it's like with the I think it was the Pisces reading, it was talking about the imagination. So Pisces could use their imagination to rebuild a safe place, so that that type of emotion was useful for other things, right? For moves potentially. But for you, Gemini, it's almost like you want to build your fort, or your like your tower, in a sense of like a safe board, a safe ground. It's like you want to settle down somewhere. But it seems like you first need to have this certainty striking to your core. And to your core here, I mean to your core particular. It's like this mental type of guidance that seems to be like very, very critical for you. It's like that's what lightens up your being, or lightens up your intelligence. But it's like through this window of opportunity, right? So maybe we're talking about like, you know, having just the right amount of money to purchase a home that, you know, it's like a rare opportunity, or, you know, it's never been on the market. It's, you know, that type of very like timely matter, right? Is something that the time of it, especially because we're ending with the Wheel of Fortune. So we are talking about a matter of time, like the timing of it. It's like it's very critical. And that's the reason why when you have this insight, when this certainty comes striking in, it's like you have to move. And it feels like everything happens very magically, because we do have the Magician coming next. What this is talking about here, the Tower, the Magician, and the Emperor. So the Emperor here is the cherry on top, right? Because what I was seeing here is that, you know, maybe women will understand this, maybe men will understand this too, but you know, when you have like a perfect outfit, but then you put on the necklace, and then the necklace or the earrings, or, you know, one piece of whatever to your outfit that just like complements so beautifully. So it's like tying everything else. This is how I'm seeing this Emperor, like because of the crown of the Emperor today, I'm seeing it as the necklace. So it's like this cherry on top of something that is already very magical, right? So it's like this Magician, because I often say that the Magician keeps a few things hidden, right? It's like, in order not to overwhelm us, it shares only a few bits and pieces of the magic that is there, right? So I feel like Gemini, just a second. Sorry, Gemini. So going back to this necklace, to this cherry on top of something that is already very bountiful, very abundant, like this rare opportunity that just shows up, right? It's like, because of the Ring of Fire, it is being highlighted. And because you do have all of the debris, you know, perhaps you just got fired, so you do have, you know, the money, the resources, the investment needed to recreate this tower somewhere else. And so what I was saying about this magician is that it keeps a few things hidden because it shares only the right amount when we are ready to receive it, right? So because now you're so open, because you're so sure about this move, it seems like, or this rebuilding process, it feels like things are magically happening very, very fast in a way that it's like you wouldn't know how to explain this logically, which is interesting because, again, we were talking about how you rely perhaps upon your intelligence, your rationality, your logic to make your decisions. But because this is such a rare opportunity, because it is being illuminated in the middle of the darkness, so we could be talking literally about, you know, a dark moment in your past that had, you know, created, in a sense, debris, but left you with exactly the right pieces to rebuild this tower. That right now, because you're open to this, it's like it happens very, very fast, and you don't need to see everything that is underneath the hat of the magician, meaning you don't have to understand or explain why things are happening this way. It's like you're just accepting that. It's almost like accepting, it's like, you know, in order to make this even more perfect, it's like you're accepting a jewel from the universe. As you know, this necklace of the emperor, it's almost like maybe the emperor is in, like, you know, this power of the universe, this energy that is, you know, it's just so limitless, right? It's like it's unlimited. That's the word I was looking for, because it's like it's always there, it's fruitful, it's abundant. And now you realize that it's like you look at the things that you do have, even though they have, you know, maybe created some sort of havoc or like crisis, because it was all scattered, right? Because I'm seeing these as like debris of some sort of, maybe, you know, previous tower moment, but it's almost like that now it's the recovery moment. Now you are recovering because you know that you can rebuild it with the things that you were left with. You see what I mean, Gemini? But it feels like everything is opening up in such a magical way that you cannot use your mind to explain this, but you are certain, you are sure. And there is like this thing that is like the cherry on top. So it's almost like it's everything that you desired. Let me show you the rest of the cards, because these three came all together with the Nine of Cups in between, the Knight of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So the Knight of Wands is almost in disbelief because things are just happening very fast, right? This knight is the fastest of them all, along with the Knight of Swords. But it's almost like the sword is already here in your hands, in a sense, or in your mind, right? So it's like you already trust this certainty that you have, but now you have to move. It's like you have to move quickly. It's almost like you have to make an offer. You have to say yes. You have to accept the gift, accept the opportunity, not shy away, even though this may feel like too much, right? I'm seeing this as almost like, you know, this diamond necklace, right? It's almost like this very expensive type of gift that, you know, it's not a type of random, usual type of gift that, you know, somebody gives away. It's almost like a very symbolic, a very valuable type of present that you're being given, in a sense. But you're saying yes because it's like it's intriguing to you, because it's almost, it's blowing your mind. That's the thing. It's blowing your mind that you're being given even more than you wished for by the universe in this timely manner, right? The Wheel of Fortune is like this hand of fate or this hand of God that is just playing things in a magical way, in a very unexplainable way, that things are just fitting in so perfectly, so excitingly, so just, it's a fun phase, right? It's a fun phase, one that if here you were counting your losses, so I want to correct that. It's not necessarily counting your losses, but it's like counting what was left of something that, you know, if this eclipse is bringing like, you know, some sort of darkness, but at the same time, it's like through darkness is bringing a certainty. So at the same time that it can bring, you know, an unexpected news about something that is, you know, in regards to your finances or to your livelihood, to your career, to your business, it's like you do have the certainty that actually this is going to be exactly what you needed. It's like giving you the perfect resources to rebuild, because it's exactly how it should be. It's supposed to be this way, exactly how it's happening, in the time that is happening, in the speed that is happening. So it's like it's blowing your mind, because it's almost like the way that I'm seeing this, it's like you're traveling in the speed of light. I'm seeing this Knight of Wands like running so fast to take care of everything, maybe practically, right? Maybe you need to sign papers, maybe you need to go to, you know, I don't know how many places you need to go, or, you know, talk to people, like take care of the practical stuff so that this desire of yours is fulfilled. Because it's almost like it's incredibly perfect and timely. So it's like you go from a momentary, maybe very, how do I say this? A very logical mindset. So it's almost like if you're losing your job, right? Maybe just as an example, if this is the news that you're receiving with the eclipse, for instance, right? This is the lightning striking in. Then comes this certainty that actually what is the result of this? It's actually opening up such a beautiful doorway that you will have more autonomy. That's the word that I just heard. Autonomy to build your own tower as you wish, with the right resources, because now you do have that. But you do have also, maybe, you know, like this this very generous investor that wants to gift you something that is very valuable, that it's like the cherry on top of everything that for you is like the basic structure. I hope that makes sense, Gemini. I feel like you're going to be very excited, and it feels like it's very timely and very it's like it's right. Everything is right on time. Everything is happening as it should. So Gemini, I am going to pull more cards for you. Also, I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very, very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.